All could have been avoided. There were so many chances for it to go differently, and yet, one small moment, so absurd and accidental, set the entire world ablaze. On the morning of June 28, 1914, in the city of Sarajevo, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, arrived with his wife, Sophie, for a royal visit. Beneath the pomp and ceremony, the Balkans were boiling with tension. Ethnic divisions, nationalist dreams, and imperial ambition collided in the region like storm clouds gathering for years. Among the most radical voices was the Serbian secret society known as the Black Hand, determined to fight for Slavic independence. That morning, 6 assassins lined the Archduke's motorcade route. Armed with bombs and pistols, they waited nervously. One froze. Another threw a grenade. It bounced off the Archduke's car and exploded beneath the vehicle behind, injuring several officers. The attack caused panic, but Franz Ferdinand was unscathed. His driver sped away. The plot seemed to have failed. The assassins scattered into the crowd. Among them was Gavrilo Princip, just 19 years old, frail from illness, but burning with nationalist passion. Disheartened and believing he had failed his mission, he wandered the streets of Sarajevo. As fate would have it, he stopped outside a small delicatessen, exhausted, and bought a sandwich. Meanwhile, Franz Ferdinand insisted on changing his schedule to visit the wounded at the hospital. A noble gesture, but one that would prove fatal. His driver, confused about the revised route, took a wrong turn onto Franz Joseph Street. Realizing the mistake, he stopped the car and began reversing, right in front of the very cafe where Gavrilo Princip stood. In a surreal moment of impossible coincidence, Princip looked up and saw his target sitting exposed in the stalled car just meters away, with no guards between them. He didn't hesitate and stepped forward and fired 2 shots. The first struck Sophie in the abdomen. The second hit the Archduke in the neck. As the car sped away, blood pouring from his mouth, Franz Ferdinand whispered to his dying wife, "Sophie, Sophie, don't die. Stay alive for our children." Moments later, both were dead. And with their deaths, the world changed forever. Austria-Hungary issued an ultimatum to Serbia. When Serbia refused some of its terms, Austria declared war. Russia mobilized in Serbia's defense. Germany declared war on Russia. France was pulled in. Then Britain. The alliances that had been meant to preserve peace now ensured war. What followed was unlike anything the world had ever seen. World War I, the Great War. In 4 years, more than 20 million lives were lost. Empires crumbled. The Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian, and German empires collapsed into dust. The war introduced tanks, machine guns, poison gas, and trench warfare. It scarred landscapes and generations alike. And when the war ended in 1918, the seeds of the next great conflict, World War II, had already been sown. The Treaty of Versailles humiliated Germany, and new borders in Europe and the Middle East were drawn with little regard for history or people. All of this, tens of millions dead, the redrawing of the world, the rise of fascism, the Holocaust, the atomic bomb, can be traced back to that single, almost unbelievable moment, a hungry young man buying a sandwich and a wrong turn. That is the haunting reality of history. We often imagine it driven by strategy, leadership, great speeches, or grand ideology, but sometimes the world shifts because of something absurdly small, a coincidence, an accident, a human error that no one could predict. History isn't always shaped by heroes or villains. Sometimes it's shaped by chance. A misstep, a mismemo, a moment of unbelievable timing. The assassination of Franz Ferdinand reminds us how fragile peace can be and how the smallest events can trigger the largest consequences. As we look back on the events that led the world into war, let it serve as a powerful reminder. Not every fire begins with a spark you can see. If you found this story eyeballing, don't forget to like this video, share it with others who love history, and subscribe to our channel for more powerful, true stories from the past. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a moment when history changes everything. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes history turns on the smallest hinge.